Morning everybody, Patty here again. Today we're going to rewind a little bit and we're going to talk about layers and colors. So here I have one of my squad generic templates. You can see our main features of our P51 skin here, the red and black. We have our Renegade logo, our red nose, black words with, you can see the red drop shadow on the words. But this is a generic one, and I want to make this a personal one for one of the guys in the squad. So he's given me a piece of nose art that he likes and the colors scheme that he wants to do. So how do you repaint your areas? How do you change colors? That's kind of what I'm talking about here. So just on a general basis, this is the layers, and in the generic template, I have a lot of layers we've already added in as we've gone, because in Photoshop, and I think same with GIMP, you can have like 100 layers, and basically it just means a layer is like a transparent kind of piece of overhead paper with pixels on it, and they stack up, and when you compile your file they all compress and turn them into one picture. So for example, see, and here's the nose paint, so I can turn it on or off. I'm not repainting anything, I'm just making the layer visible or not. So underneath the nose paint is the glare shield. So if I wanted to not have a colored nose, I can just turn it off. But then wait a second, what if I didn't want to have the glare shield there? Like, I'm not erasing anything. So that's kind of a concept. When you're making your skin, if you've done something, don't repaint over things, don't delete things. You can just turn off the little eye, the visibility. So you can have lots of variations, but without making lots of hard changes. And same like with my prop hubs. Like we can go black, we can go red. So each one of these I have painted myself, but now that they're done, I don't need to redo. Like, oh, I want to change to red. I don't have to come and paint this again. I just go, oh, forget it. Just turn it off. Turn off the red one. Now I have the black one. Know what I mean? So that's kind of a concept. And this order, the ones that are at the top show on top of the ones that are on the bottom. So, for example, the default templates come with weathering. So, let's see. There's one that's pretty noticeable. Okay, so see the burnt metal of the exhaust. So that obviously comes on top of the paint. There's another one that's very noticeable. Walkway dirt, maybe? No. Oil leaks. Okay, so same. So now it's a lot oilier and grimier. So I kind of like my templates to be a little bit cleaned up, but some people like the very dirty looking, because these are World War II combat aircraft, and they're in the field, running missions, shooting their guns off, getting exhaust grime and soot, and they're not getting cleaned up every day. So some of these aspects are realistic, but if you're doing like a racing scheme or like an air show quality aircraft, you're not going to have all that, because they clean them off, they wipe them down, they're shiny, they look really nice. So you kind of find the balance between realism of the dirt and the grime and the gun blast and the exhaust, or or shiny waxed perfect looking airshow quality. So yeah, so the weathering layer is on top of all of the other layers, because even if your part is painted, the soot is going to be on top of that in real life. If you put it underneath, you won't see it. You'll just see perfect red paint. It doesn't look right. Okay, so another thing, you're going to paint something. So all the default templates come with a layer paint here. It's pretty, it comes blank, and it's just ready for you to do anything you want. So what if I wanted to just, okay, all my tail pieces are black. What if I wanted to change them to yellow? So I can come and grab the pencil, the paintbrush, and grab a yellow brush and just start painting, right? But I'm just kind of sloppily going along. Maybe I'll overpaint and I'll hit the wing and I'm like, oh no, now I've made a mistake, right? So to undo, Control Alt Z. So usually what you want to do when you're painting, it's very easy to come in here and just start slapping paint on everything, but the more precise thing to do is to make a selection area and then fill it in instead of just slapping paint on everything. So you just come with one of the lasso tools, set out your area. So now I will never be able to paint over the wingtip because I'm not including it in my area. Okay, so now I'm selected in, and I already have the yellow. So to fill is Shift F5, and then you say yes. See, now it's filled, and I haven't hit outside these other parts, so that's never going to cause me a problem. Another thing you can do, so I'm just going to undo. You can select outside of the area. You can select outside of your selection, so select inverse. So now if I want to exclude it, I do the same thing, Shift F5, and now I've painted everything else except my area. So you can go both ways to help you, figure your color, figure your design areas. So yeah, don't just slap paint on everything. Kind of make everything precise. There's guides you can put in a guide if you want to paint along a line, but so you can put these in. You can take them in, put them in, take them out. These are called guides. They only go horizontally and vertically. You can't turn them in angles, but you can use them to set yourself. Ooh, don't do that. You can use them to set your area even more precisely. But we're looking at the P51 here. It has a lot of panel lines that you can follow that help to set your area you want to paint. Like if you wanted to paint the wingtips, you can just go along this panel line, set a selection along the panel line, and then there's also wireframe. So this can help you as well to get really precise and follow the wireframe to make your little paint designs. But yeah, for example, if I wanted to paint the wingtip red, I would just follow this line. I would just make my selection to go along here, just nicely along the line. And I'm going quick, but you can zoom in and get really precise with it, because the more precise you are, it's going to look better in the end. Because if you come over here a little to the side, when someone looks at your skin later, they're going to be like, oh, you just slapped paint on the end there. It's showing off the panel line. It doesn't look right. So it's kind of a thing to do with color. So one more thing I wanted to talk about. The color and swatches is so yeah. What if you are making your what if you're making your skin and you are trying to be historical and you found a certain squadron or a certain aircraft that had its its colors in 1944. Like, my skins are just fictional for fun, so I've sampled this red color from either my dude's mask or the red of the US star or the Canadian star, the Canadian leaf in the middle. Like, this red is just like a red I found that I like. It's kind of a blood red, but it's not historical by any means. So with color, you can find on the internet exact codes, the exact color codes that were used in World War II, because there's modeling groups or there's Skinner's pages that actually have researched, and they know exactly what color codes that were used. Another thing I do, because I'm not being historical, you can use the color picker. And this thing, I will do a sample. It will either do a point sample or an area sample. So what if I wanted to copy, this grayish kind of white? I can just go in here and just go. So it's taking a 5x5 average sample of the white pixels in here, and it looks kind of gray. And then I want to change if I wanted to change the nose, for example. So I find the layer where I have the nose. It's in here somewhere. Scoop color nose. Control click. So there's my nose. It's already set the area, and the foreground color is already selected. So Shift F5. So now I've basically, in essence, copied this white and made a white nose. So that's kind of what the color sampler eyedropper tool does. I think there's a couple other little tools you can play with in here. And then, yeah, another thing you can do is, like, let's just go on the internet quickly. You can find a picture off the internet. Okay, Daddy's Girl, look at this picture. I'm going to save it just on my desktop. This is what I've done a lot on my skins, even in my historical ones. So I'll open in Photoshop. Now I can sample off this photo. So I'm trying to grab some of this nice bright green. Back to my template. See, now it's come into my template here, the green, and fill it in. So I've grabbed just a color I found off the internet that I like, and that's kind of how you get the color. And you can save the color that you use, so you can come back to it with the swatches. You can rename it. So there you go. That's how you can find your color. But yeah, so like I was saying before, I think the P47 template or the Spitfire templates actually have some historical color codes and historical swatches already saved in them, so you can use that. But yeah, like I said, these are just fun squad skins, so we're free to pick whatever color we like and not have to worry about being too historical about it. Okay, thanks. I hope this helped. Take care. Bye.